With a great excavator comes great power. With great power comes great responsibility. A man just ripped apart his house with the excavator because of an argument.
Drone video shows the massive damage left behind after police say an argument between a husband and wife spiraled out of control Tuesday morning. Investigators say 48-year-old Eric Pirza used a Kubota excavator to rip apart the rear of the family's home.
Rip apart the rear? What are we talking about? He didn't even get the fireplace. He just maybe got the fucking outer wall of the house. I will give him credit where credit is due. He had the balls to do what he said. He said to his wife, bitch. He probably didn't use the word bitch. He probably said, hey, honey. Probably not. They're probably in a screaming match. So he might have said the B word. He might have said, I'm going to tear this house down because I own a fucking excavator and I can do whatever the hell I want. And she probably told him, no balls. You ain't going to do it. You're a pussy. That's why we're getting a divorce. And he did it. So I got to give him where credit is due. But when he says he tore up the whole rear of the house, this is like a 5-layer dip. He got to the first layer. Let me put it in Chud perspective.
I'd like to know what she said to him, because I'll make sure I don't say.
And that right there is the million-dollar question. What set this man up to become a ticking time bomb? And with his time bomb in his heart, the excavator just multiplied it by 3. This is like the Pythagorean theorem.
According to the criminal complaint, Pierce's wife told police her husband arrived at the family's home after drinking all night and began arguing with her.
There's the textbook story. It always starts like this. A man is drinking all night, gets pissed drunk, comes to his wife, they start arguing. But this isn't any regular story. In case y'all haven't figured it out already, this man owns a fucking excavator. He can dig for a living. He digs holes all day long. He's gonna use that motherfucker.
When she told him the marriage was over, investigators say he responded with a chilling threat. If it's over, I'll tear the house down.
Now it is crazy that he still went and tore down the house. It's crazy that if it is his own house, he's just throwing money away. He could have flipped that house and bought a fucking house in Cabo, posted on his story with 3 bitches after the divorce. Infinitely better, but no, he just had to shine out, use the excavator, tear up his own shit, and now he's probably in jail. Now, say it is her house, this is probably worse because you don't have the bragging right to saying, yeah, I don't care about that house, I can just fucking destroy it if I want. Because it's not really your house. That's just kind of a beta move, chud move, but...
42 years I've been married. We yell at each other all the time. But I've never threatened to tear the house down.
Well, may I add, do you have an excavator at home? Because when you get an excavator, it's like that Green Goblin mask. You get the mask and it does strange things to you. Without the excavator, you're a peaceful man, kind at heart. You help bunnies on the weekend. You get an excavator, you're looking at every chance you can get to use that motherfucker. You have to put in a basketball hole that requires a 2-foot deep hole? Bring out the excavator. You get in a divorce-style argument? Bring out the excavator. You're trying to lowball a guy on Facebook Marketplace? Bring out the excavator. It fits every scenario.
Police say moments later, Pirza climbed into the excavator and began tearing into the house, while his wife and 2 daughters were still inside. The criminal complaint says dispatchers could hear yelling and the sound of the excavator during the 911 call.
And there it is, the big no-no. This was a cool story. Cool balls for this guy for just tearing up his own house. That's cool, I guess. But when he's endangering his wife and kids because they're inside, that's where it starts to go downhill a little. He starts to become a little lame. If you're gonna tear the house down, do it while no one's home. They come home and the house is just rubble. Oh, you planned on going to bed after a long day at work? What bed? There was never a house here. We never lived here. That's alpha.
Investigators say after the destruction stopped, Pirza went back inside, grabbed a gym bag, and took off toward Fawn Township before eventually being taken into custody. Neighbors we spoke with off camera say they're still struggling to understand what happened. One man who says he knows Pirza personally and has hunted with him before described him as a big outdoorsman and said he was shocked by the allegations.
And that's what I was saying. This guy was a normal man, a kind, loving father until he got the excavator. I think if you want to buy an excavator, you have to do a personality test, a mental test, every test that you can think of. Fuck it, even give him a colorblind test. We're just lucky it wasn't one of those monstrous excavators, because if it was that, he might have went full Dr. Doofenshmirtz style and just laid the whole city flat. There is no telling what this man could have done.
Piers is now facing charges including causing a catastrophe, reckless endangerment, and disorderly conduct. Court records also show his wife planned to seek a protection of abuse order following this incident.
Did you catch that? There was no destruction of property. So my conclusion is that he owns the house. He can do whatever the hell he wants. Now the other three, bogus schmogus, besides the endangerment one, shame on you for putting your child's and wife in danger. Sorry for the stutter. But other than that, that's the whole story. He got through 3 layers of wall, got through some plywood, maybe a few bricks, but he made a statement, damn it. Moral of the story, keep tabs on everyone you know with excavators.